For the first time in a long time, female athletes are getting the recognition they deserve. In Minnesota and around the country, we witnessed new records, new accomplishments, and a renewed popularity in women's sports. Here at WCCO, we want to celebrate the headlines and highlights in a new digital segment called Women in Sports. Thanks for joining. I'm Marielle Mose. We'll share news stories with you every week right here. And this week, we're celebrating some of the Minnesotan Olympians who competed in the Summer Games. First up, Gopher graduate Sarah Bacon took home USA's first medal in Paris. Bacon, along with her partner Cassidy Cook, took home silver in the women's 3-meter synchronized springboard event. This was the first Olympic medal for both divers and first American medal in the event since 2012. Also taking silver was Edina native Jordan Thompson with the U.S. women's indoor volleyball team. They fell to Italy in straight sets. Thompson was Team USA's top point scorer, finishing with 8 points in 3 sets played. This was Thompson's second Olympic medal. She won her first in the 2020 Tokyo Games, where they took home gold. Now to gymnastics, where St. Paul's shining Olympic star brought home not 1, not 2, but 3 medals. Suni Lee arrived to a hero's welcome at MSP Airport shortly after the games came to an end. And supporters lined up with flowers, all sharing a special connection with the 2-time Olympian.
Just like getting to know her in the gym has been really helpful and inspiring for my gymnastics.
And she cheered me on and gave me corrections, and it was really helpful, especially coming from someone who's gone to the Olympics. To take the time to help me get my skills.
I think she sets a great tone for possibilities. So a lot of gymnasts have big dreams, of course. So I think that it tells you that anybody can do it, but if you dream big enough and you work hard enough, you can be from any walk of life.
I reflect a lot on the fact that when we first came to this country, I came as a refugee and girls couldn't play sports. And I think in one generation, how fantastic it is that not only are girls playing sports, but they are making it to this level of competition, speaks to the testament of the strength among people and the perseverance, and that the fact that we are here because our ancestors believed that there would be a better place for us where we could live out our dreams. And she is literally the manifestation of every dream that they could have had, that could have been the possibility of being here in this country.
For Lee's 4th grade gym teacher, it's been no surprise she has dominated on the world stage. Scott Richards says one conversation he'll never forget is when Lee shared her goals, already knowing her destiny.
I was just expressing her, you're probably going to start thinking about college scholarships, because obviously you're on that path. And she was right at that point. She said, well, I'm more concerned with going to the Olympics and I will win a gold medal. She says, I will win one. So she, in 4th grade, stated that to me, and she was dead serious. I've been sharing that story with my family and friends ever since then. As she fulfilled her dreams on the world stage, all that played out. You could use her as an example. Say you're a kidney patient. You could see the success she had just 7 months after she's down and out, and there's a path for you. There's some hope.
Lee has been an inspiration for fans not only here in the Midwest, but across the country. That includes a family from Nashville who stopped by Phelan Regional Park in St. Paul to see the Suni Lee statue during their visit to the Twin Cities. Their son was born during the Tokyo Olympics as a preemie, and they told me Suni helped them get through that difficult time.
He was born early, so he was in the hospital for close to 2 weeks, I believe, and then she had to go back to the hospital for recovery, so it was tough, but having the Olympics on at night helped us get through the situation and the recovery process.
I work in dialysis, and so I understand just what she has come through, just battling the kidney disease. She's just such a good role model, a good representative, and even for our patients, just to be like, you can do anything you set your mind to. And so just watching her come back and just following her and just seeing how she never gave up. She conquered everything. She overcame all those challenges, and she's right there competing with the best.
Lee brought home gold with other Team USA members, including Simone Biles. She was also awarded 2 bronze medals for her performance on the uneven bars and the individual all-around. The 21-year-old battled back from 2 bouts with kidney disease that put her training on hold and Olympic dreams into question. Now, St. Francis native Dakota Lindworm was the top American finisher in the women's marathon, placing 12th out of 80 finishers. During mile 15, she even took the lead before slowing slightly during the hilliest section of the course. But the finish was incredible, and it wasn't the only thing she was celebrating. After the race, Lindworm announced that she was engaged. Along with a picture in front of the Eiffel Tower, the 29-year-old wrote in part, quote, "Officially an Olympian, officially a fiance." So we want to congratulate you, Dakota, on your engagement and your incredible finish in Paris. Now, the Minnesota Olympian with the most medals this year, Reagan Smith. The swimmer earned 5 medals in her second Summer Games, which means that she now has 8 career medals. In Paris, Smith won silver in the 100 backstroke, 200 backstroke, and 200 butterfly. She also earned gold in the mixed medley relay and the women's medley relay, helping the U.S. set the world record in the event. The 22-year-old Lakeville native sat with CBS News to reflect on the Olympics, including that moment in the medley relay.
That relay was so much fun, and I think it was incredible because that was the last swimming event of the entire Olympic Games. And to finish on such a high note like that, not only winning gold, but the American women also set a world record in that event. So it was just so special to end on such a high note and push us in the lead for the medal count and the gold count too. It was very special. Not even just within our country, but around the world. I think we all just have a lot of respect for each other, and we really want to hold each other to the highest standards. I really love the sportsmanship that you see after many of the races, healthy rivalries as well. It's just really incredible. I've never been interested in nasty interactions with anyone, because ultimately we're all here to come together and be united and celebrate our countries, our differences, and make the world really proud, and just be entertaining too. So it's just really fun.
Lynx's Nafisa Collier proudly wore her medal this week as she took pictures after returning from Paris. She and Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve helped Team USA take home their 8th straight gold medal in women's basketball.
Obviously, the expectation to win gold is the hardest thing to do in the world. You are literally the best in the world at that time, and to reach that is really hard. But it's amazing because it comes with the level of excellence that has preceded you before that, and to be a part of something that dominant is an amazing experience. It comes with a lot of pressure, and sometimes that is really unfair, but I think you do your best under pressure, and the expectation of that allows you to become an even better basketball player. It allows you to be in these situations where you're tested and you're playing against the best players in the world. And obviously there's going to come a day, someday, when the streak breaks. Hopefully it's way past after I'm done. But I think when you look back on what we have done, it is unmatched. And the fact that we've been able to stay this dominant for so long, the pressure is there because we've set that standard. So, like I said, the good and the bad with that, but I think being a part of something that dominant has been really special.
The word pressure, expectations, et cetera, I felt really fortunate that what we had with the Lynx sort of prepared me for, because we had expectations every year. We wanted those expectations, that's what we were built for. We were trying to win championships. It's hard to do, to be in 6 WNBA finals out of 7 years, to win 4 championships. And I think what we learned in that process was to enjoy each journey and how different each journey was. A journey is a season, and how different. And so for USA Basketball, I tried, maybe in terms of what I wanted for them was for it to be special.
Lynx forward Alana Smith snagged her first Olympic medal too, helping Australia take bronze.
I think the sky's the limit for Australian basketball. We're already infiltrating the WNBA. And in terms of the Lynx, winning a medal at the Olympics is awesome. I think winning a championship in the WNBA will be the cherry on top. And I get to do it with these guys. I'm not competing against them now. So I think that's the next goal. That will always be the goal, is winning a championship. And this has just fueled the fire to keep on winning.
Unfortunately, no Minnesotans were on the pitch for the U.S. women's soccer final, but take a look at this. This was the line to get into a bar of their own in the Seward neighborhood of Minneapolis. The bar exclusively shows women's sports, so naturally everyone wanted to be there to support Team USA. The U.S. women's national soccer team ended up edging Brazil 1-0, extending their record to 5 Olympic titles. This was the U.S. women's first gold in soccer since 2012. Now, take a look at these other faces of athletes from Minnesota or have ties to this state who competed in the Paris Olympics. Despite not medaling, it is an incredible achievement to earn a spot to represent a country. One of them is Lynx forward Bridget Carleton, who helped lead Team Canada in women's basketball. They ended up losing all 3 of their games, not advancing from the group stage. One of those losses was against Australia and her Lynx teammate Alana Smith. I was lucky enough to see some of the Canadian Olympics coverage, and I asked her about it once she was back in the Twin Cities.
You had a really emotional interview after the knockout, and can you just describe what was going through your head in that moment and what it's like, just the meaning behind representing your own country and being part of that leadership of your team?
You're gonna make me cry again. I think that was after Australian game. That was an important game for us. We had lost to France in a tough game. We had a bad quarter. And then we were really excited for the Australian game. And it was a close game. It was competitive. Like, they had control the whole game, but it was competitive, and we had hope. Like, we were confident in our abilities. And after we lost that, it's hard. I mean, it's like the peak of sport, the Olympics, and you want to be able to perform your best. And it's like it's 3 years building up to this moment and just feeling like a little disappointment and just wanting to be better. That's what these emotions are still. But, you know, it's like all the emotions at once, especially coming off the court and feeling those heavily. But that's what this still is, and it's going to be a process.
Well, congratulations. I mean, just getting to the Olympics is such a huge deal. So, a lot to be proud of.
Truly something to be so proud of. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports, and congratulations to all the athletes who took part in this summer's Olympic Games. We'll be back with more great stories about women in sports next week. I'm Marielle Mose.